Hi guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different to my usual content, but I think it's necessary and I am really happy to be making this kind of content, so I'm going to keep doing it. There are so many times in my life where I can often feel like I'm not my best self. I don't necessarily like myself in a moment. I feel imposter syndrome, I feel like I haven't reached the goals that I want to reach, and I give myself a hard time, and I know that 99.9% of people in the world will be able to relate to that feeling. And I recently saw a TikTok and I laugh because a lot of people think TikTok is just like funny lip sync videos and dance videos, but actually there's a lot of really positive mental health content on TikTok. And I recently came across a video and it's by this wonderful woman, the singing zookeeper.
Right, I've got a challenge for you. Who are you when you're at your very best? Now think about this carefully. Take some time, write it down. Who are you? What are you like? What do you feel like? How good does it feel? Write it all down. And when those little negative voices come in and go, but at that, just tell them to shut up and look at just the positive things. Who are you when you're at your very best? Write it down. Keep it on a piece of paper so that any time you need an uplift or some inspiration, you can be your own uplifter and your own inspiration.
So that lady, that wonderful lady, is Lou Henwood, and she inspired me by making that video. And the video, I'm sure, was about 60 seconds long, but it really inspired me. A lot of times I feel like people will have the feelings of negative mental health, but they won't know how to deal with it, how to cope, won't necessarily want to talk to anyone, and won't feel like they're in the right mind space to be able to help themselves, because sometimes helping yourself seems a bit like a luxury, it seems a bit like self-indulgent, and sometimes I can beat myself up and say I don't deserve to feel happy or to feel satisfied or to feel like I'm a good person. And I have obviously done a lot of self-reflecting. We've been stuck at home for a long time now, and I did some meditating, and I've been doing a lot of dance. I've been taking time to really take care of myself and not feeling guilt about that. And this was one of those things. This is something I probably wouldn't have made the time for staying at home. I'm not going to say the word. Pre-staying at home, I don't know if I would have made the time for this, but for some reason this video resonated with me, this TikTok, and made me want to take action, and I hope that, I'm going to sneeze, it's not going to come. And I hope that in some capacity this video inspires at least one person to do the same and really take care of yourself. So the question Lou asks in her video is, who are you when you're at your best? And she suggests making a list of these things in order to kind of combat and fight against the feelings of unworthiness and of negativity when those feelings come up, which is totally normal. So I did this, I made a list, and I must admit I found it a bit difficult. I think I made about 2.5 lists. I started making one list and realised that wasn't the task. The things I was writing down wasn't the task. I'll share them with you. So I started off writing things, so I made a header on my piece of paper, and it is, who are you when you're at your best? And this is a list that I can look at when I'm feeling my worst and I'm feeling at my lowest, to remind myself that I have good qualities, that I'm a good person, and that the negative feelings are fleeting. I wrote things like, when I'm at my best, when I'm feeling my best, it's when I have the feelings of being carefree and without worries. When I feel productive, when I'm working on a creative project, when I'm feeling confident and beautiful in my skin. And I realised that the things I was writing were things that I kind of were a bit hopeful and weren't necessarily practical, because if I'm feeling negative and feeling crap about myself, reading, well, you feel good when you're beautiful and confident, well, yeah, of course, because I'm feeling the opposite and that's why I'm feeling crap. So I don't know if those were reminders that would necessarily help or make a change in my mindset, thinking about a time when I'd be reading this. So I also wrote things like spending time with my friends, when I'm playing with a dog, when I'm cooking tasty and successful meals. And I wasn't writing things down that I liked about myself or qualities. They were kind of practical things that I could be doing or should be doing, that might not necessarily be possible at every moment. There's not always going to be a dog here, you know, so that's not necessarily helpful, but that's okay. That's what I started writing, so I'll keep going through this list, and then I'll go through my second list where I started writing more kind of ideas and things about my personality that I like, rather than practical things. So I also wrote cooking tasty and successful meals, being active and healthy, helping people, helping my friends, watching a good film, eating snacks, dancing, and these are all things that I really like, I really enjoy, and the things that make me happy, so it's nice to be reminded of those things. I like giving presents, I like giving my time and advice, I like when I'm tidying and cleaning, and I think this is a good one actually, because reminding myself of activities that I can always probably do, especially at this moment, to make myself feel better. Just picking a spot in my house to kind of tidy and clean, I feel like that's a good idea of activities, but that wasn't the task. The task wasn't to think of activities to make yourself feel better, like painting or dancing. It was to think of qualities that you like about yourself. Countryside walks, helping and complimenting a stranger, and then I went into a different kind of list. So I feel my best when I feel safe, when I feel loved, when I feel like I'm giving to others, when I make people laugh, when I make people feel supported, when I'm creative, when I take time for self-care, when I meditate, when I'm active and healthy, when I enjoy a trip away or an outing, meeting someone new and really getting along. So I was getting closer to the task when I started listing things that I really enjoyed doing, and I enjoyed and made me feel like I was my best self. And then finally, I made a kind of half list about things that I really liked about myself. So I wrote that I'm loving, resilient, loyal, hardworking, I dream big, I'm kind, and I'm polite. And I think that was where the task was meant to go initially, but that was kind of the last thought I had, which is really interesting to me. I haven't really thought about why I did that, but I found that really interesting. But I think that it was important that I did that because not only was I able to kind of think of positive things about myself, which isn't always easy. I feel like it's really easy for us to be self-deprecating, it's really easy for us to kind of be harsh on ourselves, be our own worst critique, and that goes for things about our personalities as well as things about our physical appearance. It's really easy for us to compare ourselves to others and to see good that other people are doing and think, oh, why am I not doing stuff like that? Why am I not like that? Oh, I really admire those qualities. And instead of kind of reflecting that kind of envy or that kind of self-deprecation outwards, I decided to flip that inwards and actually turn the story around and think about things that I liked about myself and things that I was grateful for my personality and things that I felt like offered something to the world, something positive. And I'm really happy I did that. And I'm really happy I'm making this video because I hope that this is something that one of you guys can do, whoever's listening right now. I hope that you feel like you could pick up a pen and a piece of paper and write at least 5 to 10 things that you love about yourself, and I think that that's a list that you can come back to time and time again, not only to read when you're feeling low, but also to add to as you grow as a person. And I didn't mean that to rhyme. But yes, so I feel like that's the end of this video. It was more about sharing that experience that I had in order to inspire, and I really enjoyed making this, and I hope that I will be able to continue to share things like this on my YouTube platform in future. I don't have the biggest YouTube platform, but I have a platform, and that's what matters. So anyone out there who's also a YouTuber, I would highly recommend making a similar video. Maybe you can inspire people, because I feel like it's now the time more than ever that we need to get into a positive mindset, not only about the world and but also about ourselves, and to start to love and appreciate ourselves more. Okay, That's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up and comment below. Let me know. Maybe you can comment below your top 3 things that you love about yourself and your personality. Some things that make you happy. I would love, love, love to read that. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye.